My name is Hannah Wilson and I have been a nurse for 10 years, and I recently joined the School of Nursing and Midwifery as an academic team member. I'm a lecturer in research, and for me, I've always been a really strong advocate of how patients and caregivers, they know what's best for them and what works best for them. So for me, doing research without them, it's sort of like having a puzzle with a missing piece right in the centre. And so that for me has been the real driving force for why when I came into the research realm, I've really wanted to bring patients and caregivers on board to enrich what we're doing.
My name is Declan. I'm not a nurse, a doctor, anyway, medically trained. I acquired a spinal injury back in 2018, so I am the lived experience in relation to various aspects of living with a spinal cord injury and all of the challenges and tribulations that they bring. In the last 3 years, I've been working for the National Rehabilitation Hospital. So I'm working there as a spinal education and peer support, and it's probably the most rewarding and personal valuable job I've ever had. For the last 2.5 years, I have had 5 grade 4 pressure sores and currently living with one on my lower back. So I'm bringing kind of a lot of experience in relation to that side of things. It is extremely important not only patients understand what is required to improve awareness in that field, but also improve their own knowledge in what's, to prevent them becoming bedridden and the impact that that would have on their lives.
For us in the School of Nursing and Midwifery, we have a skin, wounds and trauma research centre, and the focus there is about preventing and treating wounds. So we were very fortunate to recently be successful with a funding grant from the European Pressure Ulcer Advisory Panel, and that allowed us to actually start patient and public involvement in the right way. So we had that foundation there to reimburse people for their time. And essentially that project was about preventing pressure sores based on the needs and experiences of patients and caregivers. And essentially what we want to do is actually bring people together with the lived experience, whether that be people that have had a pressure sore, are trying to avoid one, or who are caring for someone with a pressure sore. And essentially we want to be able to make decisions together, and we focus on 4 key things: change, start, solutions and improve. So the first one is deciding together what needs to change in order to better avoid pressure sores, where we should actually start with the changes we want to make, what solutions can help make things better, and how we can improve the lives of those affected by pressure sores.
If I can use my voice for greater education and supporting people, that's ultimately what it is. And when I was in the acute hospital, I was there for 3 months, and at 7 o'clock every morning, because I was in room number 1, they would come in and they'd wake and go, "Declan, how are you today?" And would you tell me? And that's when you're in the acute setting. And I literally extracted every piece of information that I could from them. What's that machine doing? Why are you doing that? What would happen if I turned that off? And what would happen if we turned that on? And one day I did turn the machine off just to get reaction. Do you know what I mean? And, it happened to be my ventilator, but I was still able to breathe. And I just annoyed the hell out of them, but I wanted to educate myself. Mm-hmm. And that's ultimately where I was. I wanted to have a voice, and ultimately then, pass that on to other people, because that is what helped me, having that voice, being able to be heard, not just seen.
So at the moment, I'm working directly with Declan, and he has been instrumental in partnering with me in the project and getting more people involved in our advisory panel. But in the immediate future, we are hoping to set up a panel of about 10 people, and that will really inform the future work that we start to do for preventing pressure sores. Our key message is really your voice matters, and we want to keep that really front and central. One thing that's really central to this project about preventing pressure sores is to be able to include people with diverse skin tones, because we want to be able to better understand how to avoid pressure sores and to address healthcare disparities. So how can people get involved? We have an opportunity up at the moment on the PPI Ignite Opportunity Notice Board, and the title of our project is Voices That Matter. Join us in our mission to stop pressure sores. You can also contact me directly, Hannah Wilson, at wilsonhannah@rcsi.com.
I think Hannah has summed it up perfectly, but it's just the case, just from the diversity side of things and the different, skin tones and skin colours, Now, that's something that I'm even getting educated on by working within the hospital. And then it's educating families in relation to, well, your skin tone is, slightly dark, or, or it's a different base to it. So that's ultimately what we're trying to bring more people within the public sector, whether that be family, or friends, whatever, but for them to understand how to actually firstly recognize there is a change in the tone in your skin. Don't ignore it.
Our team have a real passion for this, and we want to create trust, we want to build relationships, and we want to make this a really meaningful experience so they feel like your voice has been heard and that your inputs have been valued.
You've been listening to our voices. Give us a chance to hear yours, because I can guarantee you're going to bring as much experience or knowledge, or probably more, than what we have as well. So just give us a chance to hear yours.